most of the WaterFires, I believe, almost all of them. The song that you just heard was written by one of the survivors who passed away 2 years ago, and Mona scored it, and now it's this is the second year that we're singing that song. So Mona has a few words, and then her daughter Ashley would like to address the crowd as well. Thank you.
When I was first approached by the Gemma family to speak at this year's WaterFire, my first reaction was to say no. Because after almost 15 years of fighting this disease every day, I didn't think that I had the words left to inspire. Just like many of you, I'm a wife, a mother, a sister, a friend, and a musician, and I happen to also be a survivor of 4th stage inflammatory breast cancer. I have survived cancer through an abundance of laughter and the many friendships I have made, many in this crowd tonight. But when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer, everything seemed numb, and no words seemed to make any sense. So my music held me and helped me to heal, while my loving husband Rob and my family and my heartfelt friends helped to guide me to each next day. But what happens to your soul when that next day does not come for a loved one, a friend, a sister through it all? For me, this has been one of those years. Everyone here has been touched by breast cancer. The emotions, the sorrow, the confusion, and the journey toward healing. As I look out to each of you, I am here tonight to admit that I lost my hope recently, as I lost 3 very dear friends this past year to breast cancer. They were a part of my tomorrow, and they were my inspiration. I began to feel that hope was just a dream. So tonight, I needed all of you. When I considered the Gemma family's request to speak and write the music to songs in honor of those who could no longer fight our fight, I began to feel inspired again by being able to give back to those families. The sharing of my music helped me to personally move forward. I look every day into the eyes of my daughters, Ashley, now 24, and Tyler, now 18. And they were only 9 and 3 when I was diagnosed, and I am still here to see them today. My answer to the Gemma family at that point was very clear. I have received the gift of time and hope for now. And I've been blessed to see both of my daughters grow into beautiful women over the past 14 years. All of my wishes have come true, and I am now here tonight to share that hope with each and every one of you. We will all have our ups and downs and days where we don't want to face what lies ahead. What is important is that we face each day together, traveling this journey and moving forward. The Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Resource Foundation offers us hope for a better tomorrow through sharing awareness, sharing education, and sharing support. As I stand here right now, I am overwhelmed and motivated and inspired by all of your light and all of your love. May you raise your torches high in honor of all of our loved ones who have fought, who are fighting, or have passed. Let's treasure the bonds that unite our hearts tonight and share that light. Hope lives and breathes in this evening, in this moment, and in each and every one of you. Spoken from my heart to yours.
Just yet to meet. Although many years have passed since my mother, Mona, was diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer back in 1996, it sometimes feels like it was just yesterday. My mind often takes me back on a journey to that cold January night, almost 15 years ago. I remember it vividly. The icy rain and bitter snow that fell from the sky seemed to foreshadow my imminent future. As I nervously sat down before my parents, with my grandparents and sister by my side, I attempted to maintain hope that what I was about to hear was pleasant. However, their bloodshot eyes told a different story, one that I had strangely yet accurately guessed when my mother had mentioned her sudden, severe chest pain about a week earlier. I didn't need to hear anything they proceeded to say to know that my mother was suddenly very ill. I simply glanced over at my sister Tyler, who was then 3 years old, playing innocently on the floor, completely oblivious to what was happening. I then wondered how long we would have a mother. As my mother began to undergo the various treatments associated with breast cancer, I remember feeling plagued with a variety of different feelings. At first, I felt bitterness and anger. I was enraged that such a wonderful person could fall victim to something so ugly and unwelcome. Next, I felt numb. While family and friends expressed their emotions in various ways, I felt detached and disconnected, as if the disease would disappear if I refused to validate its existence. Finally, I felt despair. My hope faded as she experienced countless surgeries, hospitalizations, and complications due to her rare form of breast cancer. My life became dark and lonely because, as a frightened child, I felt too guilty to express my feelings to my family and to lean on them for the support that I desperately needed. Even as my mother finally began to defeat breast cancer, I had difficulty regaining my hope and myself. To be honest, I'm not sure what kind of story I'd be telling you today had it not been for my family's intervention of this downward spiral. Although this disease was of no fault of my own, as a young child, I assumed responsibility for it. I didn't understand breast cancer's indiscriminating selection process, or the fact that there was nothing I could have done to stop it. I also didn't know it was okay to be scared, to cry, or to look to my family and friends for the support that I needed. All I could see was that she was in pain, and there was nothing I could do to fix it. The fact is that when an individual is diagnosed with breast cancer, their family and their friends all fall ill too. If each one of you leaves here tonight remembering one thing that I've said to you, let it be that it's okay to be scared for somebody that you love. It's okay to cry. And last but not least, the people that you love can lift you up when your heart is just too heavy to carry alone. To all the families, friends, and children of patients, survivors, or those who have passed, it's okay to ask for help because you are not alone and your feelings are real. Lean on each other for strength and share the gifts of love and compassion with everyone you meet. Look to everyone around you right here in this moment and feel the hope that fills the air and fills this city. The night is always darkest before the dawn, and tonight, just like our hope, our torches will guide the way.
So this next piece